and welcome to a brand new episode of In the Spotlight. In the Spotlight, the topic is on diversity. It's a topic that most leading organizations are sharply focused on. Today, my guest is Poonam Chandok. She's the General Manager and Head of Human Resources at L&T Energy Hydrocarbon.
Thank you.
And she also heads the Diversity Charter for Larsen & Toubro. Welcome to In the Spotlight.
Thank you so much.
Poonam, when did the DI journey begin in L&T?
This was around 2021, somewhere in the beginning. I had got a role with corporate HR. I was heading the learning and development piece, and I thought that it was a wonderful chance for a professional like me to do any work at L&T level. And so I was going through the perspective plans and the Laksh targets, and I found that there was a gender diversity commitment by the management saying that it would be 10% by Laksh 2026. And that's how the whole thought started off, having conversations around the topic of DEI. And we started the Inspire series where we interviewed women leaders. We did a lot of things. We brought out the first film on DEI, on gender specifically. We brought out this beautiful coffee table book talking of stories from women of L&T. And we got SNS to release it. And that's how the conversation started. And we found that there was a lot of energy behind it. It was probably the right thing at the right time. And with the right, if I may say, right intent. We created this charter. It is there on our website. And I am told that it is a very practical kind of a charter which anybody who wants to do DEI can actually look it up. And it rests on 4 pillars of induct, engage, develop, and enable.
You have a lot of youngsters, not only in L&T, I'm talking in general, who are, much more younger to somebody like me. And if I look at my house, my elder son would say, look, you don't understand me, and that's his generation. And that's pretty much the same which most organizations are grappling with. You have the decision makers who are baby boomers, and you have a generation which may be 20, 30 years younger to them. In general, what should organizations be doing, or what are they doing? Any interesting insights that you have to understand that generation?
So what we did was we started this experiment. We said to improve inclusivity, we said we will use a theatre-based workshop. So we spoke to the younger generation as one piece, and we spoke to women as gender. So gender and generation were 2 pieces that we wanted to address. We asked them incidents of where they were uncomfortable. We created these mini stories around them, which in a theatre-based workshop, a half story is given to say a set of 10 people, and they're supposed to mime and complete the story. And then the conversation will happen around it. So the sensitivity gets built up like this. I mean, in my business alone, we covered 1,000 people in this kind of a workshop. Every business has done their own bit in terms of sensitizing people that yes, there are issues with generation, there are issues with gender, which needs to be understood and addressed.
What are the areas of diversity that you're working on besides this? Tell us some more anecdotes.
So we've celebrated the Pride Month recently. We have a task force on diversity, equity and inclusion, which is working on this whole subject that the people are from across the various businesses, senior leaders. And we keep talking as to where is the organization, where we want to take it. So one of the things was this discomfort with about the pride, the theme of pride. So we said, let's start a conversation. Everything starts with a conversation. My personal interest in it is because I read a study which said around 10% of the people are like that in the workforce, but they're not able to come out and speak about it because of the biases of people. And I thought that that's extremely unfair to them, that they can't express themselves. And we are telling them you need to express yourself, but are we creating an atmosphere where we will be willing to listen, where we'll be open to them? Only then we have to encourage them to do it. So this Pride Month was all about education for the first time that we have done it. So we've come up with a booklet, an e-book kind of a thing, which kind of demystifies the various terms. We also had a conversation with with Amita. She is a very senior person in Citibank. She's a trans woman. The reason we wanted to interact with her is to tell people that, hey, it's not a different set of people who are like that. They are amongst us. And if we are open to them and they are able to get their whole self to the organization will be an even better and a more beautiful place. We celebrated International Men's Day for the first time in L&T across.
Oh, interesting.
And we did different things, activities, quizzes, contests, things for them.
How do you see the DEI charter in L&T? Or forget L&T, I mean, it can be anywhere.
So HR is all about being a catalyst. And the property of a catalyst is it disappears after the chemical reaction has happened. It doesn't have a presence. So I think the success is in this task force being disbanded, in this not becoming a conversation at all because it has become so integrated. Nobody should talk about gender. Nobody should talk about generation. Nobody should talk about PWD. Nobody should talk about pride. I think that would be the success.
Thank you so much. On that beautiful note, thank you so much for your time. And it was a pleasure meeting you.
Same.
Okay. Thank you.